Okay, so we're going to do a touch of compression on our master just to bring everything together in our track. And I'm just going to pick a really busy area to test this out. So from bar 101 is fine, where the main part is playing. So I'm just going to go to the master channel and I'm going to grab, first of all, a utility tool and drop that in to control any level that's coming into it. So you can see there it's peaking, so we're going to drop that back. So you can see now the level's somewhat dropped and we're not getting the peaking line, so we can start running these into the plugin so that it's not running hot into them, which would cause a bit of distortion. So I'm going to drop an EQ8 and do a high quality. I'm going to do a low pass just to remove some of the low end. And we'll bring our frequency back slightly to about 50 hertz or so. And then I'm just going to drop in a compressor just to do an overall compression of the track itself. So I'm just looking for a couple dB or a few dB of reduction on here. Okay, so the more we do here, the tougher the beats and stuff are going to get, and we're going to bring the attack back slightly so that we're not compressing it just too quickly and give it a wee bit of room to breathe. And we can obviously fade that in slightly by increasing the knee, which means it doesn't wait till that point to actually compress, and it'll sort of gradually fade in. And then we're getting it running hot then out of the output, so I'm going to bring the volume of that down. Okay, so there's quite a lot of compression going on there, but I quite like the sound that's coming out of it, so I'm going to keep it there. And then I'm going to drop in a limiter to really bolster this up. And we're going to look at a couple dB. I'm going to put our ceiling just at the top here. And I'm going to bring our gain up so that we're starting to get a reduction here. Okay, so if you give your limiter more time to look ahead, it catches the transients a lot better. We're going to give it a less time so that we get a more of a clicky result out of it. So I've just put the limiter at about 11 dB there, and we're getting about minus 4 dB at the absolute peak of reduction. It's more like minus 6, but it's really only on the real loud claps. The rest of the track's being lifted to about minus 1 dB or so. And then I'm just going to sort out the tone of the track a wee bit with another EQ here. And again, I'm going to go high quality. And I'm going to do a boost. Basically what I do is a sort of boost around about the sort of 100 hertz mark, where about the kick drum and the basses and stuff are. And then a slight dip just after that gives it a real sort of, if you sort of do a wee cut just after the 100 hertz mark, it don't know how to describe it. I'll let you hear it. It gives it a real sort of body. So I'm going to do the cut with this one here. So that's the sound there that you're effectively looking to do. It's kind of a sound that I sort of associate with the likes of Justice and stuff. It's that sort of real mid-range scooped out. But we're not going to be scooping the whole mid-range out. We're just doing a slight scoop. And then I'm just going to crisp up just above about 2 kilohertz or thereabouts. And then I'm going to add another boost at the end here. I'm just going to set this to the high shelf, sorry, and then we're going to just lift that slightly at the top just to add some sort of sparkle at the top. So we can bring the volume of our track up now on the master channel because we've got this limited, and it shouldn't peak above 0 dB because we've got a ceiling there at minus 0.5 at the minute. I'm going to turn our compressor to RMS so that it does a more overall compression on the whole track. It doesn't particularly look for the peaks. It evaluates the whole kind of sound coming through, and it can be less severe. Just going to bring the volume of this up a wee bit. Okay, so I'm just going to ease back slightly on the compressor here. Okay, so what I'm doing here, just in case you hadn't twigged on, is I'm just listening through the whole track to see how the compression and stuff has affected it. I think that sounds pretty good as it is. And that's pretty much the track arranged out up to that section, and it sounds pretty smooth. The only thing we've got to do then is just stick in some beats for the end of our track, and we can do that in the next video.